A small team of 4 went to Poipet, Cambodia for 3 weeks this summer, and God definitely worked through them while they were there. They were able to help build a new church building and serve them in the medical clinic, providing medical aid to the Khmer people while also sharing with them the love of Jesus and praying with each patient, if they allowed them to. Part of the trip was spent working with the youth of the churches. The team went on a trip with them where they shared their testimonies in house churches. They were able to teach English for a week and to share the gospel message and explain how their love for Christ had compelled them to visit them. God is truly working in Poipet and has opened their hearts to love the Khmer people.
This summer, a team of 11 Crown students, including Dr. Zoff, had the opportunity and privilege to go to Berlin, Germany for 3 weeks. During the first 3 weeks, they experienced many different types of ministry, such as sports evangelism, a work project with the Salvation Army, and helping with a church plant called Freischwimmer. They also began preparation for an English camp that they staffed as a team. The camp was a week long, where they were able to bond with the campers and pour into them. They also learned a lot from them, as they were encouraged by the passion the teens had for Christ and the hunger to seek Him more and more. It was amazing to see that in a country that tried to eliminate Christianity, God is moving.
The team partnered with local missionaries in Gabon to do a variety of ministry in Libreville and the surrounding areas. They had the opportunity to travel to Bongolo Hospital in the south of the country to meet the doctors and missionaries working there, then tour the hospital and help with some small work projects. Once back in the capital city of Libreville, the team worked with a Hope House, an abandoned children's home, on some more work projects, or they just hung out with the awesome kids. Next, they traveled to Cocoa Beach with a team of local Christian nurses and stayed there for a few days, helping in whatever ways that they could with basic medical treatments.
The Thailand trip gave the team more than they could have asked for. Upon arrival in Bangkok, the team witnessed firsthand the nightlife of Bangkok, things from handicapped beggars in the streets to female escorts. The next week in Chiang Mai was beautiful and well-blessed, having the opportunities to travel to Hmong villages and evangelize to the Hmong, visit Buddhist temples and pray over them, and lead VBS for the children at Doi Saket Dormitory, which was the GIT project last year. It was a journey and at times a struggle to sleep at midnight and wake up at 4:30 in the morning every day. But hearing the children pray for them, the American brothers and sisters, the team were the ones who were blessed.
The ICE team that traveled to Lima, Peru spent 2 weeks in partnership with La Molina Christian School that seeks to reach out to affluent community of Lima and raise up Christian leaders. The Peru team helped the production and performance of the high school play, which served as an opportunity for fundraising, as well as providing Crown students with the opportunity to build relationships with the students involved. The team spent time building set, acting, coaching actors, designing costumes, applying makeup, and being the stage crew. The play was a success and raised over $12,000 for the new school building, but the relationships built and the discipleship that took place was just as valuable.
This past May, a team went on a missions trip with Crown to South Africa. After a couple of days of training at Thrive, the base they stayed at, they made their way to a small town. While there, they had an opportunity to visit different families in the village. The cool thing about this was that each day they went back to the same families and eventually built relationships with them. Besides relationship evangelism, they also planted gardens, visited a hospital, and did children's ministry. They enjoyed serving the Basotho people who will always have a place in their hearts.
Despite the many difficulties that the ICE team to India faced this summer, it was a blessed time. For the first week, the team spent time in Delhi with Alliance workers. The team spent a lot of time learning about the culture, language, and visiting friends of the workers. They then went to Varanasi for a few days, where they were able to do a walk through the city and see and experience for themselves the intense spiritual oppression. After Varanasi, the team went to Kolkata and spent a week volunteering with Free Set Bags, a ministry in the red light district whose goal is to help women out of prostitution. India is a hard place to minister in, and it was amazing to see so many people dedicated to sharing the love of Christ.
On June 6th, the Uganda team left for 3 weeks. They spent time in Busana, a small rural village where they were doing various ministries. At an English camp, they had a Bible study time where they took participants through questions about a specific passage. It was great to see people engaged and excited and to ask hard questions about Jesus. The next week, they put together a VBS for the 75 kids in the school where they worked. At the same time, they had a medical camp where they interviewed individuals about their physical health, but also got to share Jesus with them. The last few days were spent in Kampala doing medical work in the slums.
The Jerusalem team members studied the land and times of Jesus while spending 2 weeks in Israel at Jerusalem University College. They swam where Jesus walked in Galilee to the north and floated in the Dead Sea to the south. They traced the steps of Jesus, and daily they visited ancient ruins as they studied the past, while interacting with Israelis and Palestinians of the present. A highlight was worship with the Arab Christian brothers and sisters at the Jerusalem Alliance Church in the Old City, where Reverend Jack Serra is pastor. Their understanding of the scripture will forever deepen, as their awareness of this land will not soon be forgotten.
College choir, women's choir, and crown brass went on an ice trip to Germany and France. From churches in Berlin to Paris and many small villages in between, we were warmly received. We were able to experience and encourage the work of the Freischimer Church in Berlin, renewing friendship with its pastor and missionaries. The glory of God was proclaimed through music and our lives.
In June, our faculty and staff ICE team was in Paraguay for 10 days. Their main ministry was with the Mi Esperanza Church. They participated in and shared lessons at different Awana programs for both the youth and the college-age youth at the inner city San Lorenzo Church. They assisted with an eye care clinic for the public, held a children's clothing giveaway, went on home visits and prayer meetings, met with and prayed for each of the Paraguay CMA pastors, cleaned the Mi Esperanza Church, helped with a public school program on the true meaning of worth and value, preached and or shared testimonies, and much more. They were also blessed to see and learn a great deal about the people of Paraguay.